Good morning, friends. This is your old girl, Melanie Rose, here to share this morning's daily aspects. Thank you for joining me. Today is Tuesday, September 14, and the moon phase today is a waxing gibbous moon. So we have set our plans in motion, and we have several days between now and the full moon to revise and materialize, culminating in some mark of progress worth celebrating a week from now when the moon is full. The sun is in Virgo, continuing to keep us diligent and focused on our projects, while the moon in Capricorn whets our appetite to see those intentions we set come into their full fruit. Okay, let's get into these aspects. I give these aspects in Central Standard Time at 4:21 a.m. The sun goes in opposition to Neptune at 5:57 a.m. A void, of course, moon goes square with Mars at 6:34 a.m. The moon makes ingress into Capricorn. And at 2:20 p.m., the moon goes sextile Venus. One more at 7:14 p.m., Mars makes ingress to Libra. Okay, so if this looks like gibberish to you, please hang around. We're just about to discuss all of these symbols and what they mean for us in our day. Let's start with a legend. Today we have the sun, and this is our outer self. This is our interface with the world around us, who we show up as, the person people get to know. Our moon is more of our inner self. It's our feelings and our capacity to care and relate, and it also has to do with our intuitive side, those things that are not easily seen. Here we have Mars. Mars is your sense of initiative. Forward motion, your will to act. And then we have Venus. This is our planet for relatedness, love, and empathy. Venus is really about what we value. So that means, the people and things that we hold the most dear. It also has to do with our financial acumen in the world. Okay, so those are the players. This aspect is called opposition. And the key word here is balance. It may mean that you're going to find balance. It may mean you need to seek balance or strive to maintain balance, but balance is going to be the key word here. This is called a square. And the square is a challenging aspect. This means that the relationship with the moon and Mars here is going to face some challenges. So with your inner self and your sense of initiative. This one's called Ingress. It's simply a transit. The moon changes into the moon moves into a new sign approximately every 2.5 days. So you see a lot of moon transits. This one is sextile. That means these energies are cooperative. The moon and your sense of relatedness or what you value. And this is also an ingress. So the planet Mars has been in the sign of Virgo for the past 29 days, and now today it's going to move into Libra, where it will also be for 29 days, and we'll talk about that in a minute. So looking at these aspects, you know, one thing I can see about my day, I can see who's at play, right? My initiative, my relatedness, and the two that I always have, my outer self and my inner self. And then I see these energies that happen when these relationships are made as these planets move through the signs. So balance, challenge, transit, change, transit, change, cooperative. So not all bad, but perhaps a bit of a challenging day. Let's get into some interpretations that might apply to what we might encounter with this stuff. First, we have the Sun opposition Neptune, and this is a 3 or 4 days transit. When the Sun is in opposition to Neptune, we really don't mix well with strangers. It may seem as if outside influences have like an open line to manipulate us. So a little caution where new people are concerned is in line. And every person doesn't have your best interests at heart. So it's important to remember that, you know, without becoming too worried about people, you know, taking you for a ride. Just, you know, have your guard up a little bit. The next one we have is the void of course moon square to Mars. So void of course, we have discussed, means that the moon is in its last aspect while it is in the sign of, what sign is that? In the sign of Sagittarius. It's in the last aspect while it's in the sign of Sagittarius, and so it's feeling kind of unencumbered. It's about to go out of Sagittarius and into Capricorn, and it just doesn't feel very influenced or weighed down by any outside force. So you might be feeling a little light of heart around this time of day. Moon transits take about 2 hours. Moon square Mars, this is an aspect with a lot of drive and potential impatience. You can use the internal boost and confidence that Mars lends, but look out for the challenge, which may be your own short-sighted or thoughtless words and actions. So please use patience in the pursuit of your passions. Next, we have the moon ingress to Capricorn. So moon for the last couple of days was hanging out with honest, inspired Sagittarius, and now it's going into a more hardworking, accomplishment-oriented Capricorn. This may be a good time to tackle a project in and of the home, or if the project is yourself, some diligent movement practice like Qigong or yoga might be fitting, whatever gives you that sense of having done something to make things better in your heart or in the home. Moon sextile Venus generally means that good times can be found among your closest relations. You may be feeling particularly beautiful and charming at this time, so it's not a bad time for a coffee date with someone you might like to get to know a little bit better. Again, these are 2-hour transits. And the last one we have today is Mars ingress into Libra. So for the last 29 days, as I said, Mars has been transiting through Virgo. lending a little bit more of a hard-working attitude to our general sense of initiative. In Libra, our ambitions take a bit of a backseat to weighing the options, or what any Mars native would probably call indecisiveness. So have patience with the process, because weighing the options sometimes gets an outcome of more mature goals having been met. Yeah. So, there you have it. Those are your personal planetary aspects for Thursday, September 14, 2021. Thank you for joining me today. Please like my video and subscribe to the Old Girl channel if you enjoy the content. And feel free to post any questions or observations you may have in the comments below. I will leave this up for about 30 seconds so that you can look it over or pause to make that comparison to your natal chart. Much gratitude, friends. See you tomorrow for more daily aspects.